the fourth district has a 22-year, 11-term congressman running, and conventional wisdom's always been with observers of politics that incumbency was the number one, and it's the be-all and end-all of getting elected to a House seat. Yet Gene Taylor is under the gun, and if using Jere Nash's analogy, not only has he claimed to voted against Nancy Pelosi, but also he claimed to vote for John McCain in 2008. So I'll just turn it over to both of our scholars to ask them what's going to happen in the 4th District.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, Jerry and I were on a panel with the state's university and college presidents over in Meridian, and Sid asked us that same question, and my answer then was, if the election were held that day, I believe Gene Taylor would win a close election. I believe that it's a dead heat today, and if I'm right that people are still breaking to Republicans, 5 days from now, Stephen Palazzo is going to be elected to the United States Congress. Now, but there are both objective and subjective reasons that I think that. To me, the strongest objective factor is what Congressman Taylor himself is doing. In fact, I described it in a blog post a couple of days ago as painting himself into an ever-shrinking corner. It's one thing to say I'm no longer for Nancy Pelosi, even though I was for her before I was against her, and that leaves you still a pretty good-sized corner. But then you start painting that corner even smaller. But I also voted for John McCain against Barack Obama, but send me to the Congress because I have influence and seniority and can help you bring home the bacon. How do you make that case when you've already told the Speaker you're against her and the President you're against him? I think he may lose on Tuesday.
Marty wanted to know early on how Andy and I could get along, how we could write 2 books together. And one of the reasons we get along and we can write 2 books together and remain friends is while we don't see eye to eye on a lot of public policy, we agree almost 100% on political analysis. And I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, that gives me the creeps.
We're down to less than 2 minutes, but I do want to get this question in. This was where we turned up the pressure a little bit. Let's look a little bit at Mississippi elections. From what we can tell right now, we're going to have a Democratic primary, including Clarksdale Attorney Bill Luckett and Hattiesburg Mayor Johnny Dupree, and a Republican primary that likely will include Lieutenant Governor Phil Bryant and Gulf Coast businessman Dave Dennis and perhaps others. How do you see those primaries, and what do you see needs to happen for your party to win in the general election? And keep in mind, a lot of these candidates are in here watching you right now.
Yeah, I've got that in mind. I promise you that. And look, we're out of time. Oh, imagine that.
You're going to join me at the Waffle House.
No, in all good conscience, I will say this. I am strongly committed in that race, and on races in which I'm strongly personally committed, I've sort of made it a practice not to too actively engage in analysis. I just don't really think that's fair. But here's what I think. I think the Republican nominee is absolutely going to be the next governor of the state of Mississippi. And I believe that because there are going to be Republican primaries up and down the ticket, from governor all the way down to coroner, all over the state of Mississippi, that the Democrats' primary is going to be pushed hard to the left, and the Mayor Dupree may very well be the Democrat nominee for governor, which in terms of sort of not just the maturing of party politics, but the maturing of our political culture in our state is a powerful thing to see and to look forward to.
The answer to this question is very simple. On January the 31st of next year, all of these candidates will file campaign finance disclosure reports. The candidate who shows the most money in the bank at that time will most likely be your next governor.
If there's a newspaper in the House looking for a new staff reporter, Jere Nash is your man.
My best question was the next one, but I've been given hard orders to get off the stage. So that's it now. Thank you very much.